Hello everyone! Today I'm going to make a video about all the moments when Brian isn't exactly a dog in Family Guy. Let's dive right in. Number 1. Brian becomes a monkey in Season 4, Episode 27. The Griffin house is burglarized, and Peter heroically grabs a baseball bat to defend the family, only to chicken out when he sees how many robbers there are. In his panic, he switches to beating up poor Meg instead.
What is it? What's going on? I heard a noise. Is somebody downstairs?
Oh, God, Meg, you startled me. I'm sorry.
What the hell's your problem, you dumbass?
Classic Peter. The family flees to the attic where Peter introduces them to the safety room he built, inspired by a movie, because nothing says secure like a DIY project.
Well, I got the idea to build a panic room after I saw that movie, The Butterfly Effect. I thought, wow, this is terrible. I wish I could escape to a place where this movie couldn't find me.
In the room, the Griffins can monitor the entire house through cameras, but there's no phone to call the police, which really freaks Meg out.
Oh my god, we're all gonna die!
That's not true. We'll survive by eating each other.
Peter reassures everyone by starting a Griffin family history lesson, beginning with the Big Bang.
Oh, dude, that is sick!
Yeah, undefeated! Oh, wait, here comes another one. Quick, give me your lighter.
And from that, we got a green planet, just like today. Funny, right? After a million years of evolution, we got the Griffin family, which Peter describes as wild and funny like dinosaurs. Hint, deleted scenes here.
Hey, Lois, I'm gonna go nail a couple of dinosaurs in the next valley.
Peter, that's terrible.
Hey, I don't know any better. I'm a dinosaur. I don't have morals. Hey, a herpasaur.
Hey, Peter, does your tail itch?
Next, we get to the prehistoric stage. Peter somehow invents a cake and asks Brian to help sell it. But surprise, surprise, they can't even sell it to Joe.
Maybe Joe want try wheel on chair.
For last time, Joe no want.
Sales go up when Brian leverages Lois's good looks to attract customers.
Brian, what hell?
Hot lady next to wheel. Make me want wheel. Maybe if me buy wheel, me get pretty lady too. I buy wheel.
Seems like the cavemen were just as into women as we are, huh? Peter then goes on to tell a story about Moses Griffin, who supposedly led the Israelites out of Egypt.
Now, choose ho!
Moses tries to get the Israelites to swim across the Red Sea, forgetting that they're all Jewish and, you know, really good at not swimming.
I didn't bring my trunks.
I don't want to step on a shell.
I can't get water in my ears.
I ate 20 minutes ago.
You know what they flush in Cairo ends up right here.
Moses sighs and uses his magic to part the Red Sea for them.
Ooh, I can part the Red Sea. You know he hasn't talked to his brother in 3 years.
Before they continued, Moses set some rules, one of which is, when you see an ad, don't read it out loud. Naturally, they all fail miserably and disappoint Moses.
Danny Gans, Entertainer of the Year.
What did I say?
Hassle-free checking.
Damn it!
Man cow in the morning.
Shut up!
After Peter's wild stories, Lois decides it's time to figure out how the family can survive in this attic.
Stop! You got Stop! Okay.
Things take a turn when Peter comes up with a genius idea. Use spit to lubricate Meg and slide her down the ventilation shaft. Because why not, right?
Hey, I hate you too, bitch. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Can you imagine?
Unfortunately, while Meg's making Peter a sandwich, the robbers catch her, causing Lois to panic. But Lois surprises everyone with a comeback that catches the robbers off guard.
We have your son.
Meg's our daughter.
When Meg gets captured, Peter remembers a tale about his ancestor, Nate Griffin. It all began in Africa, where pretty much everyone had an identity makeover and became black with some pretty wild new names.
Hey, Quag Dingo, how was your date last night?
It was awesome. You never feel as big as you do with a pygmy.
Hey, you guys want to go get a drink at Club 227?
Not today, Joe Mama. I'm going off to find a log to build a drum so I can play the opening part from Hot for Teacher.
I thought Brian would turn into a black dog, but nope, he turned into a monkey. Hilarious, right?
You know, you shouldn't be poking around out here. White men have been spotted nearby, laying traps and forming slow-pitch softball leagues.
Well, whatever makes them happy. Live and let live, that's what I say. And I'm sure that's what they say, too.
Meanwhile, Cleveland becomes a white explorer in Africa and enslaves the villagers.
Wow, you're a different color than me. Would you like to be equals?
On the return trip to Europe, Nate Griffin pulls a prank on the ship captain by tossing his bed overboard.
Are you ready for the summer?
Nate ends up in the South. Here, Nate meets the love of his life, Lois, who somehow has an even longer name than before.
Lois Laura Bush Lynn Cheney Pewterschmidt. She was the kind of woman you just want to have sex with over and over. With the kind of breasts you just want to push together so she looks like a cross-eyed torso.
Later that night, Nate rides his horse to Lois's room and wins her over with his humor. Smooth move, Nate.
Hi, I'm Nate Griffin. I work against my will for your dad.
Oh, yeah? Well, what do you do?
Well, let's just say I know my way around a hoe.
They go on to have a happy family with kids just like Peter. Wild and hilarious.
You know the best part about being half black and half white? When I grow up, I'll be accepted by everybody.
But Lois's father isn't having it and forces them to flee north for a peaceful life.
Nate and I love each other.
Tell it to the authorities because you're all going to jail.
Run!
Still, Nate doesn't forget to get his revenge on the white man by inventing the Moto Purchase Record Handling System.
Sir, did you fill out the 1170?
I think I did.
Did you fill out the 1170?
I filled this out.
That's the 1190. You're gonna have to go stand in the blue line.
Look, I was
sir.
already in that line.
Sir, don't get snippy with me.
Well, I've been here all morning.
That is not my prerogative, sir.
The episode continues, but we've already seen Brian turn into a monkey, so I'll skip ahead to another episode. Number 2, Brian becomes a pig in season 15, episode 7, inspired by an unforgettable moment when he accidentally crashed his car into a rich man's mansion and found himself waiting for the police to arrive.
Don't believe me?
I don't know. I just locked him in the library. Seems like he's on something. He's got crazy eyes and keeps screaming, "I don't care."
I don't care!
Peter takes us on a wild ride through some classic literature, and trust me, it's an experience you won't forget. First stop, The Great Gatsby. Set in Long Island in 1922, the story kicks off with Nick Carraway's arrival in town.
Well, at least annoyingly scatting over jazz hasn't been invented yet. Oh, that must have been invented today!
He's disturbed by the extravagant party next door and decides to introduce himself, eventually meeting the elusive Jay Gatsby.
Jay Gatsby. He was clearly playing with himself through his pocket, but I pretended not to see.
Hello, welcome to my party. Name's Gatsby. Good to meet you, old sport.
Yeah, just a wave is fine.
Gatsby doesn't exactly leave a lasting impression on Nick, but he does reveal his burning love for Daisy, who, coincidentally, is Nick's cousin.
She's my cousin.
Daisy's your cousin?
Yeah, a lot of weird coincidences for an American classic, huh?
Daisy, married to the wealthy and somewhat imposing Tom, still catches Jay's eye, and despite her marriage, Nick agrees to set them up.
Only thing is, she's married.
Yeah, and I hear her husband's a real heel.
Whoa, language! But yeah, I'll set it up. Tea tomorrow at my house, 2 p.m.
Jay shows off his immense wealth, which does the trick, though Daisy's behavior gets a little awkward.
Come on, I'll show you my place.
Oh, you're leaving? But I made all these deviled eggs.
You made?
You know what I meant.
Yeah, you made them. Great job.
Enter Tom, who isn't about to let some mysterious newcomer steal his wife.
What are you getting at?
I'm saying I invited you over and sat you next to my wife to say, stay away from my wife.
A confrontation ensues, but not before the group goes for a drive. After a pit stop at a service station, Tom has an affair with Myrtle, the mechanic's wife, before heading to New York to demonstrate how to behave like a true man of class.
I don't know what they do up there, but they sure do listen to Def Leppard pretty loud.
But Gatsby isn't backing down and wins Daisy's heart.
Okay, fine. Well, then let's see who has higher socks. Yaha!
Whatever, Tom. None of that matters. Daisy's in love with me. In fact, she's never loved you.
Things take a tragic turn when Daisy, drunk and behind the wheel, accidentally runs over Myrtle.
Tom, it's me!
Oh no! Myrtle! Where will I ever find another woman with a hotter name than Myrtle?
Chaos ensues, and the tale comes to a tragic end as George, Myrtle's husband, mistakes Gatsby for her killer and shoots him.
You were standing earlier in the day next to the car that hit my wife.
Meanwhile, Nick is just wandering around, probably wondering how he got roped into this mess.
I did it! I did it! Ah, I wish somebody had seen that.
Now, back to Peter, who, having narrowly escaped the police, finds himself in an attic rummaging through a trunk.
Only problem is I really want to get to that trunk of costumes in the corner. On the one hand, I don't want to give away my location. On the other hand, there might be a pirate hat.
In true Peter fashion, he makes a lot of noise and gives away his hiding spot, which takes us right into the world of The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn.
I wish you wouldn't drink so much.
Stop counting my drinks. Now get over here so I can whip you.
Ow! Pep! No!
Yeah, that's right, bitch. Now it's your turn.
Huck's dealing with a pretty bad situation, an abusive father, so he decides to fake his death and escape. Not exactly a subtle plan, but hey, it's Huck.
Hey there, you must be Huck. Great to finally meet you. I hope you like it here.
I'm gonna stab you for your blood.
Oh, come on. I just got shot in the pool in the last one. Ah!
Brian the Pig's fate is truly tragic, isn't it? But the hilarious part is that Peter forgets he needs to use Brian's blood to fake his death.
I can't remember why I needed the blood.
Along the way, Huck teams up with Jim, an escaped slave, and the two set off downriver.
My name's Huck Finn. What's half of your name?
Jim. Nice to meet you. I'm a runaway slave.
I'm running away because people want me to wear shoes and comb my hair. So I guess we got the exact same problem.
Their adventure leads to a dramatic waterfall plunge, a pair of con men, and, as Peter likes to put it, a wild ride.
No, we're businessmen. We're fake selling the Brooklyn Bridge.
Don't say fake selling.
We're real selling the Brooklyn Bridge.
Stop qualifying the selling. We're just selling the Brooklyn Bridge.
I'll buy it.
Hold on now, Huck. These fellas are con men.
Eventually, Huck wakes up back home and finds Jim, who is, by the way, now free, thanks to the help of our pal Tom.
Huck, great news! I'm free!
You are? That's awesome. When did that happen?
It's just being revealed now, but it happened hundreds of pages ago.
Oh, weird.
Tom also mentions a song about Huck that's all the rage. A badass song for a perfect ending.
Hey, I'm Mark Twain. Pretty cool book, huh?
Number 3, Brian becomes a wolf and a horse in season 12, episode 10. So Lois asks Peter to go check on Stewie, who's struggling with his beauty sleep. Peter decides the best solution is to read Stewie some fairy tales, because, obviously, nothing says sleep aid like Peter Griffin reading a fairy tale.
Here we go. James Michener's Hawaii. Let's skip 3 feet in. Pearl Harbor! Okay, let's see. Here we go. Fairy tales.
The first story, Little Red Riding Hood, where surprise, Brian is cast as the wolf. Red Riding Hood, armed with a basket of snacks, because who doesn't want to gift their grandma some carbs, heads through the forest.
Skipping song, no one's here to call me gay.
If you were my son, I would kill you.
Really? Because I hear your son is a sap. If you're gonna hit the king, you better kill the king.
She bumps into enchanted creatures, and then, like clockwork, runs into the wolf.
Roar! Oh, hey, you're the wolf, right?
Yep, and don't forget big and bad. Grrr! No.
They chat about the 3 little pigs, and Red casually mentions she's off to see her grandma.
All right, well, I'm off to my grandmother's. But before I go, I better take a deep woods dump. Her bathroom is right off the dining room, so it's either now or 3 days from now.
The wolf, being the opportunist he is, beats her to Grandma's house, tricks the old lady into letting him in, and devours her. Typical villain behavior, right?
How do I know it's you?
Oh, come on, that's a perfect imitation. Open up, I brought strawberry shortcake and Cool Whip.
And what?
Oh, sorry, I mean Cool Whip.
That's my little girl. Oh, my.
Then comes the awkward part. The wolf, now in Grandma's clothes, tries to convince Red that he's Grandma. When Red figures it out and gets upset, the wolf is genuinely confused.
All the better to see you with, my dear.
My, what big... You know what, I'm sorry, I can't. I can't do this. I'm not an idiot. My grandma is a human woman. How is this ever a scene?
Why are you mad? He wonders, as if he's about to be ripped to shreds by a woodsman with a chainsaw. But nope, before Red can respond, the woodsman bursts in and, in a flash, transforms the wolf into a Swiss cheese version of himself. Grandma's leftovers are discovered, and as the woodsman rushes off to kill someone else, Red wonders if the whole situation was some kind of messed up hero moment, or just another example of a lunatic with a chainsaw.
You know, I'm not sure if that's our hero or just a lunatic going house to house murdering people. Yeah, he just did it again.
Then, onto Cinderella. Poor Cinderella has to slave away for her wicked stepsisters.
When are we ever mean to you?
Remember the time you told King Midas to go to third base with me? Now I'm dealing with this.
I dated him too.
But, lo and behold, she gets an invite to a ball from Prince Charming, who's apparently very into people who can fit into glass footwear.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be evil too if your stepdad was Bruce Jenner.
Hey, girls, feel my cheek. It's like a bottom.
He stole me horn.
She makes a fabulous dress. Well, she didn't, but her fairy godmother did, and heads to the ball.
How did you even make that dress so fast?
You know, I have an eye for fashion, and I'm pretty good with my hands.
Unbelievable. Now I'm worried about that screenplay we gave her.
Of course, her stepsisters rip her dress apart like it's Black Friday.
Well, that's not cool either. They're all kind of bitches.
But no worries, her fairy godmother comes to the rescue, because every girl deserves magic and a new wardrobe, right?
Fairy in the magical sense, not about kissing guys.
Oh my God. I want that bitch Snow White to just admit she had an abortion.
Whoa, I was thinking more like a new dress for the party.
And of course, the fairy godmother transformed Brian into a magnificent horse, and Joe into a splendid carriage to escort Cinderella to the ball.
Oh, yeah, just change me into whatever. Yeah, that's cool, thanks.
Well, is everything all right in here?
This hurts! This hurts!
At the ball, Prince Charming meets the evil stepsisters and flat out rejects their advances, which is a huge win for Cinderella.
And they will do anything to be your princess, right, girls?
See anything you like?
Oh, I'm so fancy and moist.
Ew, you guys are gross, but stick around in case I don't find anyone else.
They dance, they kiss, and just as the clock strikes midnight, cue panic, Cinderella makes a run for it. Of course, she leaves behind a glass slipper, because nothing says true love like a random piece of footwear.
Wait, you forgot your glass slipper! And a box of condoms. Oh man, things were gonna happen!
The next day, the prince goes door to door searching for the foot that fits. I bet he's regretting that no return policy on shoes.
I can't wait to make love to you 100 years before the invention of toilet paper.
Finally finding his dream girl, they get married, and then, 7 months later, they break up. The end. Because nothing says fairy tale like a short-lived marriage.
And they lived happily ever after for 7 months, and then separated with the goal of fixing themselves and getting back together. They got into a huge fight when his mom got sick, and now they don't even follow each other on Twitter. The end.
Number 4, Brian becomes human in Season 8, Episode 1. At the Quahog Clam Day Fair, Stewie takes home the blue ribbon in the animal contest by entering a pig that looks like it could bench press a small car.
Oink. Oh my God.
Yes, he's something, isn't he?
Are those fists?
Damn right, show him, pig.
When Brian asks how he got his hands on such a genetically enhanced porker, Stewie reveals that it came from a farm that specializes in breeding these superpowered pigs. Brian, ever the skeptic, insists on seeing this mutant farm for himself.
Yeah, I would.
Good, because it's gonna blow your mind like the Stereopticon did to Americans in 1910.
Hey, I'm in New York City. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. What's going on here?
Naturally, Stewie takes him back to the Griffin house, where he introduces Brian to the multiverse theory and proudly presents a remote control that lets you jump between alternate realities.
This is it, Brian.
What's that?
It's how I got the pig. You ever heard of the multiverse theory, Brian?
Well, of course I have, but I'm wondering if you have.
Oh my God, so transparent.
First stop, the universe where Stewie found his super pig. In this dimension, Christianity never existed, meaning no dark ages and 1,000 extra years of scientific progress.
Hey, look, there's Quagmire.
Thanks, honey. Say hi to your husband. Oh, I got AIDS again. Better take my NyQuil cold flu and AIDS. All gone.
And guess what? Meg is actually kinda attractive here. I know, mind-blowing, right?
My God, is that Meg?
36D, Brian. And you know what's amazing? In this universe, she's still one of the ugly ones. If you saw Lois, you'd have to put your penis in a wheelchair.
Brian is hooked and demands to see more alternate universes. From there, it's a whirlwind tour of bizarre worlds, including the Flintstones prehistoric universe.
Yes, I enjoyed rocking you up the rock last night.
I know. I'm glad you wore that rock ring.
But we still always use a rockphylactic.
I'm riveted for your pleasure.
A Disney-fied universe where everyone breaks into song. A wacky Japanese universe.
あなた様のチンチンに献上いたします。
俺のチンチン、日時間前に過ぎた。
A dimension where everyone has an urgent need to poop right now. Not exactly a utopia.
Okay, Bill, you got those numbers?
Yeah.
Okay, just leave them on my desk.
Okay, that works out fine for me. Where's your desk?
Doug knows where my desk is. Craig, are you good with this?
Yeah, that should work out pretty good for me too.
A bipolar, double-headed world. An Ice Age version of Quahog. A robot chicken dimension that's as weird as it sounds.
Look! G.I. Joe, Transformers, Thundercats, He-Man! Yay! Those shows existed!
How's it feel to be on a major network for 30 seconds?
And even the real universe. Because who doesn't want to visit the real world when you've seen everything else?
Love it.
Hate it. Love it.
Hate it.
But things get really weird when they find a universe where humans are treated like pets and dogs rule the world.
Bad girl, Holly. No jumpies.
Oh, it's quite all right. Wow. Okay, this is ridiculous. Oh, yeah.
Come on, Holly. Let's go. This guy's a freak.
Brian, loving his newfound power as a top dog, gets into a scuffle with Stewie over the remote. In the chaos, he accidentally drops it, and it shattered.
We have a unique opportunity to study alternate universes in depth.
Brian, give me the damn device. Give it.
No,
give it.
Knock it off. No,
Come on, give it.
No,
come on.
In classic move, right? Every time something goes wrong, it's always the remote.
Pick up my poop! I'm not picking up your poop. Hey, you, pick up that poop.
You heard him, Brian. Pick up my poop. Go on, pick it up. Do it.
Pick up my poop! I need a plastic bag.
Here's a thin napkin.
Back in the Griffin household, they meet the dog versions of the family, including a human version of Brian.
Our puppy, Stewie. And this is our human, Brian.
Nice to meet you.
Say hi to human Brian, Blake, says Gabe.
Hi.
Dog Stewie, in a weird twist, reveals he too can travel between universes, but he's got coordinates locked down. No shuffle option for him, thank you very much. He even offers to take Stewie back to his own universe.
Oh my god, I know that sound! That means there's a potential intruder at the front door or one of my pals. Either way, I'm really excited and ready for anything!
But before Stewie can grab the remote, Dog Peter pisses off human Stewie, who bites his hand in retaliation.
That's Joe. He's our local human catcher. So don't misbehave or the human catcher will come after you, Gabe.
My name's not Gabe!
Not good. Dog Joe witnesses the crime and locks Stewie up to be euthanized. Yikes.
Oh, you're in big trouble, you little crap!
Boy, you shouldn't have done that, little fella. You just earned yourself a trip to the pound.
It's a rescue mission as Brian, human Brian, and Dog Stewie break Stewie out of doggy jail and get him and Brian back to their home universe.
They're gonna kill him. We gotta get him out of there. It's a tough world here. You hear about it every night on the dog news.
Coming up, that bush in the park is my bush. It's my bush.
But wait, there's more. As the portal closes, human Brian, feeling inspired by the limitless possibilities of this new world, decides to jump in for one last adventure.
Oh, this looks like home.
Is there any way we can be sure?
Mom, have you seen my trapper keeper?
Yeah, we're home.
He lands in a new universe, full of hope and excitement, ready to be somebody. Unfortunately, his big moment is short-lived as he's immediately hit by a car. So much for becoming somebody.
Look at him go. Free in a world of his own kind, where he can finally reach the full potential. Oh my god, he got hit by a car!
Number 5. In Season 12, Episode 6, we witness Brian transforming into a bison. Yes, you read that right. In a hilarious time travel twist. Stewie and Brian are running for their lives from a hostile Native American tribe, chasing them down in a Jeep.
Crap, they got away.
Better call the boss. Damn, I'm not getting a smoke signal here.
After narrowly escaping, Brian unleashes his frustration on Stewie, calling him an idiot for going back to Jamestown in the past and giving guns to the Native Americans, which led to them taking over everything.
Oh, come on, Brian, let's be honest. I frequently alter the past.
All right, so I guess we'll split the bill 13 ways?
Hey, Judas, he ordered like 5 margaritas. All you had was a salad.
As Stewie and Brian explore this alternate timeline, they notice some comically absurd changes in the country, like Native American-run healthcare. Hope you've got a good insurance plan.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but I've done this several times today, and your husband just isn't responding.
Well, have you tried this?
Ma'am, this is a place of medicine.
And a range of quirky stores, not to mention an interesting taste in music.
Let's hope so, because otherwise they're gonna kill us.
Yeah, or stick us on some kind of white people reservation.
Don't give them any money. They're just gonna spend it all on deviled eggs.
When Stewie's precious mattress is destroyed by bullets, he decides to track down native Stewie for help. On their journey to the equivalent of their home, we see Brian hilariously turned into a bison, having the time of his life running in a single direction, like a furry version of Forrest Gump.
How was work today?
Oh, it was so annoying. Everyone was coming around with their daughters selling Girl Scout corn. Made me feel so guilty. I had to buy like 20 ears.
Hey, shot in the dark, but is anyone else in the mood to run really fast in one direction?
Eventually, they find a time machine and Stewie's mattress and head back to Jamestown to set things right. As soon as their past selves leave, they steal the guns back.
We're from the gun company. Anyway, you know how we like to take things back from you people? Well, we're gonna go ahead and take these back.
That's right, we're from Gunco.
Shut up, you're blowing it.
But the Native Americans sense something's off and demand they stop. Thankfully, Stewie and Brian make a quick getaway.
Where are you taking guns?
Brian, grab the return pad.
Get 'em, paleface!
They're gone. We can talk normal now.
Back in the present, they check if everything's back to normal. Thankfully, it is.
Hey, let's do a quick search here. Native American role models. 0 results found. Looks like we did it, Brian.
Oh, thank God.
Exhausted from barely escaping death, Stewie decides to destroy the time machine, much to Brian's dismay. Before doing so, Stewie reminisces about his fun times using the time machine to travel to Christmas to buy new toys.
Wow, good timing, little fella. This just came out today.
Yeah, I kind of knew that already.
Would you like to donate an extra $1 to the Quahog Food Bank?
Oh, sure. And would you like to come home and clean my toilet while we're both doing stuff for each other?
As they take the time machine to the junkyard for disposal, Brian discovers an old street hockey net and is amused by it, while Stewie swears he'll never miss the time machine, referencing a funny moment from the past.
Women, we have spent decades fighting for our right to vote. So when you go to those booths and cast your ballot, remember, Warren G. Harding is way the cutest!
After returning home, they head outside to play some street hockey, but just as Brian gets ready to join in, an out-of-control car crashes into him, leaving him seriously injured.
Oh my God!
The whole family rushes to his side, but he lies motionless while a squirrel seizes the opportunity for revenge on Brian, because why not, right?
Brian, can you hear me?
Holy crap, what the hell happened?
That guy sucked.
The Griffins take Brian to the vet, which Lois claims is the best in town, but turns out it's the worst.
He had to share the ambulance with a chicken.
Aren't you supposed to be running around?
Don't talk to me. You have a bad reputation in the chicken community.
Brian's injuries are too severe, and the vet delivers the heartbreaking news that he can't be saved. The family has to say their goodbyes, and this episode is widely regarded as one of the saddest in Family Guy.
You've given me a wonderful life. I love you all.
Brian struggles to speak his final words to the Griffins, leaving everyone devastated, especially Stewie, who blames himself and tosses his hockey net into the trash.
Stupid street hockey. I wish we never went to that dump.
Oh, happy birthday, Neil.
Determined to save Brian, Stewie builds another time machine, only to run into a problem. He can't get the right capacitor. Talk about bad timing.
I know, but the one guy who made those drew a doodle of Mohammed, so he's not around anymore. He wasn't even doing it on purpose, just absent-mindedly while talking on the phone, but it was Mohammed, so...
The Griffin family holds a funeral for Brian, and it's a tearjerker for everyone.
thank you, everyone, for coming today.
None of you people came to my funeral.
Especially Peter, who shares heartfelt words of farewell. Everyone is crying, except Quagmire, the guy who hated Brian the most.
We're all gonna miss him, Peter. We're all gonna miss him very much.
Damn it, Ortiz, stop swinging at junk.
In the end, this episode is a roller coaster of emotions, hilarity, time travel, and a gut-wrenching goodbye to one of the show's most beloved characters. I guess you could say it was rough, really rough.